This is Friday. Last night's rehearsal was kind of long, but fruitful. We touched on some scenes that we had not done for a couple weeks or a week and a half, or most all of us, our brains are going, will we remember the blocking? Will we remember our lines? We did pretty good considering. We really did. At the beginning of the play, there's a guy trying to reach a book from the top shelf of a little bookshelf. And it's called the Lifespan of the Ape or something like that. And there is no book exactly like that, so I took a cracker box and painted it up. So it's The Lifespan of the Ape by George. C. George. Curious George. And Curious George was written in 1931. So it fits this time period. This play takes place about 1950 or 51. So all the books on the bookshelf would have to be written before then. So I looked up online for books written in the 20s, 30s, and 40s that they might possibly have on their bookshelf. And I made another prop. See, it's like a diaper box. The Maltese Falcon, that was written in 1930, well, 29, 30. And I even made like the back of the cover. Detective Sam Spade gets more than he bargains for in the search for the Maltese Falcon. Another book that's mentioned in the play is Forbidden Tibet, but was no book like that. So I have that in orange so people from the audience could see it, maybe, if they have good vision or opera classes or whatever. I mean, you're only 30 feet away, so I mean, if you have really good vision, you'll see the book titles. Jarell and Jory by C.L. Moore. These are all real books. The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by McCullens. Being and Nothingness by J.P. Sartre. I think it's a philosophical book. Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. At the Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft. Native Son by Richard Wright. Oliver Whistle by Roberts. Babbitt by Sinclair Lewis. And The Song of Bernadette by Franz Werfel. And then the front of that one, it's like, this is going to be on the shelf. It's going to be on a bookshelf. No one's going to take it out or anything. It's just going to sit there. But people in the audience that are sticklers for real stuff are going to see this. So I hope the director likes it. I thought about putting, my own book titles of ridiculous titles and ridiculous authors. Like Under the Bleachers by Seymour Heine. Too many diuretics by I.P. Freely. So, anyway, I made that today. I also watched The Little Guy today, where Ashley took the one doggy, and she's old and she's been having some problems, and they wanted to make sure she was okay. So I watched the baby, and it's Spencer's harmonica, but Spencer doesn't really have anything to do with it, but Sebastian does. He comes wandering around going, through the harmonica. He is such a doll. And I got on my phone and I found, he likes songs with beats and drums and stuff. So I found some music like In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, that drum solo halfway through the song. Well, he liked that. And other songs that they showed from above down at all the drum heads and everything while the guys were playing. Oh, he loved that. He starts pounding on the couch, with his hand. And then he knows some Michael Jackson songs, because Mommy and Daddy have their Michael Jackson's music in their list of stuff. And there's one fella who plays on all Michael Jackson. He's backup drummer on all of his stuff. So I showed that, and I said, look at this guy. He's got a lot of drums. Look at that. And he started playing the intro. dunk, 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 dunk. And the baby's going like this. And all of a sudden, they go, ooh, 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 ooh. Do, 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 do. Billie Jean is not my lover. Do, 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 do. And the baby's like, oh, I know that song. He gets up. He's on the couch. He stands up and he's just wiggling all over the place. Such a sweetheart. And then a little bit later, he went to cough and he covered his mouth. He's not even a year and a half old yet. He went, And I thought, oh my God, I gotta tell Ashley that. She'll be so proud. At least somebody knows how to cover their mouth, right? As far as I know, Brian's a little better because he went to work today. Oh my God. Well, I hope he's feeling better no matter what. And I said to Ash, she looked kind of worried when she told me, and I said, well, if he gets any sicker or anything, at least he's in the right place. A hospital he's a nurse. And she said, yeah, I feel so bad. You know, they took time off. They went to Canada for their vacation. They come home and they're sick. Brian thinks it was the air in the airplane, that somebody somewhere must have been sick. Because I say I don't know where it's from. I hope it's not from me in contact with anybody. She says no, they think it's from being on the airplane. So if you're going on an airplane anywhere, wear your mask, be careful, keep clean, wash your hands, stay away from sick people if you can. There are people here that wear masks all the time, especially old people, because their health is probably compromised. Because there's a lot of people that just go, and it's a certain ethnicity that does that. And one of the reasons I kind of cringe when I'm around them, it's not the ethnicity you would think. It's like, I know there's millions of people crammed together in your country, and it's not India. But this is America, you know. Don't go out and cough on people. Cover your friggin' mouth or something, you know. It is hot. It was like 100 degrees or something yesterday, and it's almost that hot today. But I have the ceiling fan on, and the curtains kind of closed up. I have a bunch of stuff to do, as usual. The clothing drying rack, which is this wooden thing here, part of it that hooks onto another part broke, and I had it temporarily fixed, and that part broke. So I'm going to have to fix that up so I can put the rack away so when I need to use it next, I don't have to worry about it. Probably, we'll see, Monday I watch the baby. This is Friday. Maybe tomorrow I'll go to the laundromat. But that means I still have to do a lot of the cleanup first before I change out the curtains and the bedding and stuff because I don't want dust getting all over it. And if I use some kind of cleaning stuff, not really sterilizing stuff, but, you know, I clean it all up, maybe some of the germs will be gotten, you know? Just sitting and thinking about it makes me tired, so hopefully. I do have 1 Celsius orange drink that's like super caffeinated, and I have to be really careful because I have high blood pressure, etc., etc., and I don't want to jeopardize anything, especially because I'm in a play. When if Brian got sick, I could be next, so I have to be really, really careful. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said. People in the play are going to go see Spitfire Grill tonight at the Redlands Theater Festival, which was a thing I worked with last year. It's in a big park near the Kimberly House, the Kimberly Crest House, which was owned by the Kimberly family from Kimberly-Clark toilet paper, paper towels people. It's a great big old Victorian house. And this is a park right next to it. It's an outdoor venue. And it has like 10 or 11 people that are in every play of the summer season in one fashion or another. Last year they took me on. I think it was because I fell at auditions, and they kept they kept bugging me to try the dance routine, and I didn't want to. I said, I'll just, work on the set. Oh, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. And I slipped and fell. And I think they felt bad, or like, oh God, what's she gonna do? So they took me on. I was props for the first play. That's all I had for the whole summer season, was being props for the first play. Well, I made some props, but they wanted me to work backstage, basically to bring the props down off of a shelf that you had to climb a ladder to get, and then at the end of the play, put everything away, including putting stuff back on the shelf, climbing up about 5 parts of the ladder. So I'd be about 4 foot off the ground and trying to lift heavy stuff. And I did ask for help a couple times, but most of the time when people know there's something like that to be done, they disappear. And the head person does not like me. She does not like me. She would come up to me. I had no knowledge, because the communication was almost non-existent as to what I'm supposed to do, when, how I'm supposed to be dressed, blah, blah, blah. Well, we weren't even doing a show yet, and this lady called me out for not wearing all black because I'm backstage. And she just reamed me a new asshole. And other things like that. And finally, I was supposed to help out with whatever needed to be done all the way up to the last performance. And then we take everything down and put it away for the season. Well, I went up to get my comp ticket to watch the show, and this lady was saying stuff to me and continuing her hatred of me, and I couldn't take it any longer. I had promised to help the whole season, and I was there to do just that. And she upset me so much, I was crying. She said, "You don't like it, I release you, you can go." Like she's God or the king or something. I release you. So I called my son, my daughter-in-law, and messaged my other son up in Canada and told him what was going on. I was in tears, and what should I do? And they did what they should have done, and they did. They say, "Well, Mom, it's up to you." I was hoping I knew how they felt about it. Brian says that theater stuff's frivolous. He's right. But, and why subject yourself to crapola if you don't have to? So I said F it, and I got in the car and drove home crying every inch of the way, bawling my head off in the car. But I wasn't going to be browbeaten, harassed, yelled at, and expect to take it and eat the shit. No. I lived my whole life like that. I stood up for myself and didn't stay. They had plenty of people to put stuff away. They didn't have to remember anything else. It was the end of the season, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're putting on Spitfire Grill tonight, and some of the cast members of Curious Savage wanted to go. They're all going to meet there at 8 o'clock or 7:30 or whatever to get their tickets and all that. It's like $20 or $25 a ticket. And I thought, I'd have to really, really like the performance, and I don't like country music, to break through the crap that I had to deal with to go. And I said, no, I can't go. Besides, that's that kind of money I can save for going to Germany if I can. I haven't checked the bank. I haven't checked to see if I have any savings. So I'm going to have to start, when I clean around here, try to memorize my lines. And then as soon as the play is over, really buckle down, whatever the saying is, and save up money to go to Germany and stuff. Hopefully I can. I don't know. sometimes I feel like I'm at a certain age where I don't have much time left, and I really have to get everything in before I croak. Maybe I worry too much. Maybe it's not really hypochondria, but it's like, God knows what's going to happen. This kind of shit happened in the late 30s, early 40s. And it affected the whole world. And especially people that were killed willy-nilly. Like someone said, first they went for the Jews, and they went for this guy and that guy, and the theatrical people, and people they didn't like. People that looked at them the wrong way, That's what's happening now. I know they say history repeats itself, and it's usually just far enough away from the incident that happened before that people either aren't alive that could tell you about it, or people that know about it just forget about it. Oh, it's ancient history. We're living it over again. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I shake my head and I don't want to be on this planet. And I just saw a video about a transmission from Voyager of beings telling us to stay on our own planet. I don't blame them. Humans are kind of like a virus, a fungus. We're destructive. By nature, probably. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation and a lot of thoughts about that kind of thing, but I'm not going to go into them. But I watched the baby. I had lots of fun. I made the fake books. I'm going to have to do some cleanup around here so I can justify taking a nice cold shower and get the stuff together to wash in a laundromat, because I've got the duvet cover, which is 2 king-size sheets sewn together, and I can't do that in that little tiny hand washing machine thing I have that fits in the shower. So I'm going to have to really think hard. I'll have to check my bank account first to see if I have money to wash the stuff. And I don't know. My poor garden is doing okay, but I have to water at least once, if not twice a day, because it's so wilty. It's so bloody hot. Like 100 degrees. 38 degrees? 39, 40 Celsius? I'm not really sure what 100 is without looking. Without looking. Oh my God, I'm sure I talked too long. 17, 18 minutes. Well, not as long as I thought it was, but still too long. Hopefully Brian will feel better. Hopefully nobody else will get sick. I can't afford to get sick now because I'm in a play. The lady's not back from Ireland yet. That's the main character. She's supposed to come back this weekend. So I think everyone will be there next week, which is very interesting. And hopefully I will stay well and I will be part of everyone. So much. Sunday I expect to get a couple things from Amazon. And there's something else I wanted to order. I saw that Thomas Jefferson, the second president of the United States, back in a long time ago, over 200 years ago, he did his own research. I think he had ADHD or autism or something. I know Benjamin Franklin did, but I think Thomas Jefferson did it as well. He invented a lot of stuff. He invented a desk that swivels around like a lazy Susan and a swivel chair, and he was very interested in keeping track of the weather and reporting the weather. Various things that he took it upon himself to invent or to deal with, which I find interesting. He decided to take on the Bible by checking out history with some facts, scientific facts and stuff like that they know for sure, and comparing it to the Bible that most people have in their homes or churches. And listing what he finds that coincides with the Bible and scientific fact. They call it the Thomas Jefferson Bible. I'm going to check out and get that. I mean, I grew up Lutheran, but I was pretty much a Bible thumper by the time I was 12 and 13. And people can go a little too nuts with religion. They can. I think religion's fine if it's something that helps you, but don't push it on other people. If people ask you about it, feel free to tell them. But don't push your beliefs on other people. I mean, someone might say, you have to have a carrot every day. First you wear it on your head for a half an hour, then you spin around 12 times, and then you eat the carrot. You know, there are people out there that have very strange beliefs, but, you know, if you ask them about it and they tell you, that's fine. But if you don't and they push it on you, that's not fine. I try not to watch politics crap on TV or whatever because it just bums me out and makes me sick to my stomach. But it seems to me that something's going to give probably in another few months. I don't know. Maybe when people realize whatever they voted on wasn't exactly what they expected, and they still might accept the fact, they may not. Buyer's remorse, I guess. I don't know. That swimsuit thing that I got that says 4XL looked like a size 10. I took it into rehearsal last night, and I know there's at least 2 girls that are skinny like that. And I said, I got this in the mail. I don't even know from what agency or what. I think it was through Facebook or something. I thought, well, I could use that as a top and go around in the summer with this swimsuit top and wear other bottoms. But the whole thing was just so small. I said, if anybody wants it, or if they know someone that could want it or use it, it's yours. I said, I have not been washed. It's not even been tried on because I know it wouldn't even fit up my thigh. I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. I don't know. Is it going to cool off at all tonight? There's so much to do, and if I get it in my mind that as soon as I take a bite out of this giant elephant sausage, there'll be less sausage to bite. And the more you do piece by piece, the less crap sitting there staring at you in the face. So I'll do some stuff. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here right now. And I've been talking for a while. Sorry about that. And maybe I'll have some cool and interesting and fun and nifty stuff for you the next vlog. I had to make a bio for the program, and you write it in third person the way Trump talks about himself. It's like, Shirley is a transplant from the Midwest, in brackets, St. Louis. She's been in theater in one way or another for 50 plus years, mostly on stage or working on the set. She's also written skits and commercials and done the voiceover work. And she loves doing accents. She can speak German and Italian. She has a channel on YouTube, and I don't know how much of this, if any, they're going to put in the program, where you can see a joke on Wednesdays, for sure. You know, I sent that in. They asked me to send it in, so I did, and I don't know. Who knows what will happen? Who knows? Every time I hear that, I think of the old radio show from the, I don't know what years, 40s? Who knows what lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, 25 minutes? Shut the hell up, Shirley. Okay. I'll see you later. Upward and onward.